I've always been really fascinated watching what's happening in front of me and really honoring what the paint can do. And so I begin each piece kind of like a kindergartner and, watch what happens, and I like to play and experiment with the different thicknesses of paint and the way that paint can move. And really just watching what's happening in front of me as it happens and honoring that. The first paint that I put down was kind of dirty paint water, and now I'm using a little bit thicker paint. I like to have a combination of thicknesses so that it's a variation for your eyes to enjoy. And each day is sort of like a journey of discovery, to see what's going to happen and then respond to it. Looking at just already what I've done right here compared to the watery paint, the slight variation in the color, the thicknesses of the paint, the way that it goes on using the different tools. And when I said that I like to approach it like a kindergartner, I mean like figuring out what can my tool do differently this time than how I've used it in the past. These kinds of effects here, the paint and the water become my partner because I can't get this effect with a paintbrush. So I have to just honor what is happening and allow it to happen or not. Nonverbal art forms, they can impact us in ways that communicating through words can't always. So I like the experience of the viewer to be standing in front of my pieces and just feeling the emotional impact of what was created and how it reflects the moment that it was created. I'm an intuitive painter, but I'm always trying to preserve the freshness of the beginnings of the pieces, the feelings that are evoked when I'm in that kindergarten state, when I'm in play. I try to preserve those. I think that's sort of at the core of what the paintings are about, but they're not specifically about a particular thing. They are more of an experience. That's really interesting to me also is the way that the different color combinations can have an impact, an emotional impact on us. And so that's one of the reasons I'm always trying different kinds of color combinations. So I like using hot colors combined with more neutral desert-like colors, and the way that they can pop compared to these sort of sandy, dusty ones. I often like to work on more than one painting at a time because then I can let that one dry while I work on another one. And I go from working on the floor to working up closer so that I have a little bit more control. But I like the loose quality that happens when I'm working on the floor, and then the more control that I can have when it's closer up to me. I'm also always thinking about balancing really busy areas with really calm areas to create the experience of like jazz or classical music. And it can affect you in the same way, and there's areas that are more peaceful and areas that are really busy to create excitement. So I'm looking for those kinds of rhythms in my work. what I was saying about classical or jazz music, how you react to that is how I expect that you react to my paintings. They're riffs.